So, as you can tell in the title, today we are going to discuss my current journey with lupus and where it all began. So, it started off because I was sick. But my primary care doctor couldn't figure out exactly what I was sick with. So they tested me for the flu, they tested me for strep, they tested me for scarlet fever, like really random diseases, and everything came back negative. So she basically just sent me home with an inhaler and some cough medicine and said for me to sleep it off for a couple weeks and I should be fine. So I was doing that, and then the symptoms just progressed to joint pain, and it was getting really bad to the point where I couldn't wipe my butt like when I use the restroom. I couldn't walk basically. The pain first started in my wrist, and then it progressed to like my feet and my ankles. So I have a bunch of stairs at my house. I could barely walk up and down the stairs. And so I just kept emailing my doctors every single day, asking her if she's figured out what was wrong with me. So I went to Kaiser like multiple times and multiple blood work, different tests. And for 2 weeks, I still didn't know what was wrong. So I was basically just laying in bed every day, taking ibuprofen and just like trying to figure out what was going on by Googling, which was a mistake, but I actually figured it out on my own. Anyways, so 2 weeks of me being in pain, I get an email from my doctor saying that she is going to refer me to a rheumatologist. And during that appointment is where I found out that I have lupus SLE, which is systematic. So there's different types of lupus that you can have. One of the lupus types, it just affects your skin. So you'll get like rashes on your face or like your arms and stuff. But with SLE, it attacks like different parts of your like organs. So it could affect your kidneys, it could affect your heart. Yeah. Luckily it wasn't affecting my kidneys, but it did affect my heart. But I'll talk about that in another video. So to treat the lupus, the doctor decides to put me on a steroid, which is why my face is so puffy, because I'm on like 60 milligrams of steroids a day. And one of the side effects is moon face. So that's what I'm dealing with. And also Plaquenil, which is currently being used to treat coronavirus. So a week of taking that and I became like crazy pants. The side effects were just crazy. Like it made me super depressed, to the point where I would be totally fine and then just start crying randomly and I wouldn't know what I was crying about. I would be standing in the kitchen and I would cry and I was just over it completely. So I started looking into alternatives on how to treat lupus, and I was able to find this lady who was able to cure her lupus by becoming fully plant-based. Hence where the name change of my Instagram comes from. So after researching her strategies, I thought it was a little bit drastic because she really promotes green smoothies, and if you followed my cooking vlog before, like you know that I love bread and I love sugar and I love Filipino food, which is super salty. So I didn't want to fully follow her plan, but I still wanted to dive into a plant-based diet. So I decided to see a wellness coach in San Diego, and I saw him for a couple times, and during that time I was on this crazy detox where I only ate a small amount of food for 2 weeks straight, and it was very detailed on what I was eating every day. So it was like for breakfast I'd have a banana, half a cup of blueberries and 15 almonds, a salad for lunch and an avocado taco, and every night for dinner all I had was either lentil soup or split pea soup for 2 weeks straight, every single day. Ultimately, after the 2 weeks ended, I decided that I didn't want to go with the coaching anymore because he just started getting weird, and I couldn't buy into his theories of opening your third eye, basically weird. Anyways, so I decided to take the plant-based diet approach myself. So the reason why you want to go plant-based, or why plant-based is supposed to help lupus is because if you don't know what lupus is, your immune system is basically attacking itself. It causes inflammation in your joints, which is why going plant-based could eliminate the acidity in your body, making your body more alkaline, which would help with the inflammation that goes on. When I was on that detox, I felt so much better. I honestly thought that I could just stop taking my medicine, but I don't want to risk it because my lupus is the more aggressive one. I didn't want to risk getting off medicine and potentially ruining my kidneys or something. So I'm still on the medication, but I am gonna start being more plant-based, I wouldn't say strictly plant-based because I do eat fish. I eat fish because I feel like fish gives me more energy, but I only eat fish on Fridays, so mostly plant-based. So that's the reason why my cooking Instagram name changed. So if you are into the plant-based lifestyle, or if you are struggling with an autoimmune disease and want to try to get off your medication so you're not a nutball, keep following my blog because there'll be a lot of good food and it'll be very healthy, so follow along.